2,
Okay, she can
3.
look at me because I'm going to start talking. You ready? Hey, good morning, folks. This is Mikey Zana here in a dreary St. Augustine, Florida this morning. Had some real dreary weather. We needed the rain. Anyhow, what I'm going to do today, I'm going to dedicate this video to my buddy down in Kenya. Lewis is down in Kenya. He makes me proud because what he's done, as he has learning from the videos that Phil and I put up on YouTube, how to make a net, and he has made an 11-foot bait net. 11 foot. He's to the point now, pretty soon, where he's going to be ready to put the sinkers on, and that's the difficult part. So what I thought I'd do is show a little bit. I've done this somewhat before, but I'm gonna do a finish up on this where you can see a couple little maneuvers here, I guess, that'll help you. But anyhow, this is a 7-foot mullet net that's going to Pensacola as soon as I get finished with it. But anyway, what I want to show you is, as you can see, basically I have the lead line attached, but I want to show you, I'm going to put this last 9 sinkers on here where you can get an idea, because I'm going to show you a little trick when you're by yourself how to do this. Now, I always take, and here's the start, you can see that, this is the start of it right here where I started, and I'm coming around, and can you see that mark, Phil? Is that mark showing up? That black mark around that rope?
Let me get closer.
Anyway, that's 40.
Stay right there. Don't move.
That's 42 feet. Now, this needs to match up with that first mark within a little bit, and it is, as you can see, when I finish, where it's going to be. All right. So now let's go ahead and get started. Don't waste any more time. But what you have to do is, when you're by yourself, you got to slide these sinkers all the way up here. Right? Too many. That's good. I'm gonna put this. See how I do that? See how I do that, folks? I go across my leg, around under, and I hold it down with my foot. You can see what I'm doing there. Now, in order to facilitate this thing, I'm going to reach down here, I'm going to catch the end, I'm going to bring it up here, I'm going to tuck it underneath, I'm going to hold it down. See what I'm doing? I've got that lead line holding this down. You can't continue to leave it hanging because your meshes will be out of shape. You can't do that. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to continue this, and see how I do my spacing? Yeah, you're going to have to, can you get this good, Phil? See what I'm doing? I'm going to go ahead and do this while he adjusts his camera. All right. Now, importantly, the spacing. Try to maintain a spacing of, this is a little over an inch on this particular one. And don't base what you're doing on spacing on what I do, because every size mesh is different. So, and when you come down with that next mesh, it's going to go around that sinkers. You want to kind of tie it where it's going to be about midways. I'm going to slide that sinker up into place, and I'm going to put, see how it's right in the middle. So I'm going to put 2 half hitches. You got to put 2. Pull that good and tight. Then you reach up here and you pick up your next one. And you continue this. I hope everybody's had a good summer. It'll soon be time for the mullet run here. I guess folks in, uh-oh, that'll happen. When it comes out from under here, reach down there and pick it up, put it back. That's going to happen. Got to keep adjusting that rope. I'll come up here and pick up my mesh. You getting that good, Philip?
Mm-hmm.
Lewis is going to need to watch this. I'll email him later, tell him to be sure and watch this video because it'll help him immensely. See what I'm doing? And getting that space. And this is just a simple half hitch, actually, what it is. And anyway, Phil and I had the opportunity last week, had an invite, go down to Florida, marine archaeologist from the University of Florida, I think she operates out of. She had a bunch of artifacts from a net that was between 1,500 and 2,000 years old. All the webbing had deteriorated, but she had a lot of knots, and you could tell, you know, her being an archaeologist, she figured out that that net, it came from down around Fort Myers, and it was Calusa Indians that resided in that part of the state, and they used palmettos, which I knew that what would have been available to them at that time period, being down here. But anyway, it was interesting. I was a little disappointed. I was hoping there was going to be some webbing where you could really, but the webbing had deteriorated because those knots, you know, that stuff deteriorates in that muck. Anyway, I'm getting closer here. What I want to do, I want to get this on here where I can show you how to tie this thing. I think I showed you this the other day. Didn't we do this the other day?
Yeah, we did something similar to it.
I think we did this a while back, but I don't remember how much detail I went into it, but I do want to make sure I help my buddy Lewis that he doesn't have any more trouble than he has to have with this. I keep that little space in here where I can see what I'm doing. And this thing, where's my mom? There, down there. All right, we're getting closer. I know this is boring, it's repetitive, but it's important that you see this. This is finishing up this thing. I've already made the harness, you know, the hand line with the. All I gotta do is put the when I finish this is put the horn in the top. I'll be ready to take it out there. You spread it out upside down after you run your braid lines down through the horn, down to the bottom. Spread it out upside down, and you place them. I use different spacing, depends on what kind of fishing they're going to be doing. This particular net, I'm going to put 18 braid lines in it, so based on the amount of sinkers here, they will be 10 sinkers apart. Then you secure them and you pick it up, hang it up, and then you secure. We've done a video on that. Secure them to the to your lead line with half hitches, and then you put a little coating of gook on it. What I call it. All right, I'm getting closer. Keep it snug. As you can see, I'm keeping my spacing. It doesn't really matter if you get, you know, if you end up a foot or so off your mark. It doesn't. Actually, I think you've heard me say this before, that it's better to be a little bit short than to be too much. It opens better if it's just a little bit short on the foot line. If you get too much, what happens when you throw that thing, it's going to have a tendency to want to, when it twirls around, it has a tendency to want to get off. You have, in other words, you'll have a space that just simply doesn't open. All right. Phil, we're almost there, buddy. If you bear with me. Have I missed anything covering everything on this subject?
I don't think so. Pretty much covered.
Pretty well covered what we're doing. Because it gets tricky right here now at the end. Not really. Where the hell am I at?
It's under your foot.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you what, I almost didn't put enough there.
And there's one more under your
Yeah,
foot.
I need it. Oh, there's the other one too. Okay. I just didn't slide them all up. Give me a scare. I said, holy cow. That's the last thing you'd ever want, guys. And that is to come up short. Because what you'd have to do, you'd have to cut that rope. You have to burn it where you could slide the whatever sinkers you were short. And all right, last one fixing to come on this thing here now. And we're just about ready to wrap this up. Important thing is how you secure this thing. This is old school stuff. This is the way my ancestors did this stuff. I know, back, they've been in St. Augustine since 1777. They were doing it this way then. And anyway, well, I'm about to show you. This is the last sinker. Slide it into place. And your first one and your last one, you want to put 3 half hitches. Make sure this thing's going to stay good, tight. You see, I'll pull the dickens out of it. I'll put 3. Now, okay. Now we're to the point where we're going to tie this thing in. And that's a simple. I'm going to slide my chair up just a little bit. I'll put this across my legs, as you can see. And I want to maintain a spacing. And simply what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get this out of my way. You're going to go halfway from your left to your right. And series, this is just half hitches. See what I'm going to pull this up here. And we'll pull that son of a gun tight. And I'm not going to do this all over. I'm just going to show you. And we're going to quit, and I'll finish this later, but I just wanted to show you how you finish it. And then when you get these things, when you get this thing tight, secured, then you're going to take a good sharp knife and you're going to cut it off there, and you'll cut it off at this end. Then you want to coat it with your I use
nail polish.
Nail polish, but I use a hardener. It does a super job. Okay, you can see what I've done. I'm going to stop this now because I'm wasting your time. And you just continue that halfway, then you're going to come over here and you're going to catch this side and come back, and when you meet in the middle, somewhere thereof, tie you a good solid square knot, and don't cut it off. Coat it good with your stuff first where that knot will be solid and can't come loose. That's when you want to cut it. And check it. If it's rough, you may want to take a fingernail file or something, because that hardener does get hard. Okay, that net is basically ready. It's soon be ready to fish. And I don't know what else. What's the old saying, Phil? Well, I'm beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
Anyway, but with that said, I think that it's ready for the next phase, and that is when this weather straightens up. Well, I got to put the horn in. I'll do that this evening sometime. Anyway, I want to terminate this thing. I hope that my buddy Lewis and Kenya looks at this thing. It's going to be helpful for him, as he'll soon be ready to put his stuff together. I've tried, and I've done my best to to help him along. I think we're quite a distance away, But anyhow, it's almost time for the mullet run. I'll keep you advised on that. I hope we'll be able to do something over at the beach where we can show you some of that. It looks like we kind of getting the northeaster now. That's what you want to see in September on this east coast, is the northeasters. That brings the mullet. Okay, I want to bow out, tell you that this is Mikey Zinner with my partner Phil Castillo here in St. Augustine. And if you want to contact us, you can find us plastered all over the web. But you can get the phone number is 904-217-7974 if you want to contact me that way. And everything. I hope everybody's doing well. We're doing good. How about you, Phil? You're doing good?
Yep, hanging in there.
I like your T-shirt. What does that thing say? Cookware or some kind of
Caracas.
motorcycle. All right, guys. With that said, until the next time, take care of yourself and love hearing from you. And with that said, have a good